Hello, YouTube followers. Did we start? Yes. We're doing 31 YouTubes in 31 days. I'm with Bling, Joel. I'm with Shane.
What's going on?
Cool,
How y'all doing, YouTube?
cool people, cool people. They're part of them Cloud Kids. I had them come on. Crazy energy. I went to one of their events. When was that event? February? Was it still called?
Yeah, that was our Cloudy Thoughts.
That was our Cloudy Thoughts. Our
Right.
first one. Self-love.
Shane was like taking pictures like from every angle possible.
Word.
And Jewel took over. She became facilitator with Brittany that day. And I keep saying, I wrote an article. I didn't get it published yet, but that event was so spiritual. It was so powerful. It was like a church setting. You know, people started sharing their heart and telling stuff, right? You got on the ground and you were one of the people that kind of messed people up, like, because you open up. And then it was powerful.
Yeah, it was definitely an event that we wanted to have with our Cloudy Thoughts. Essentially, our whole purpose is to cultivate conscious conversations, especially amongst our peers, because we're all college students, you know, and there's a lot of things that we all go through. We all go through the same things, but we're in a generation where it's like, don't trust anyone. You're only your own team, myself, and you can't confide in anybody or you can't relate. You know, there's like no unity, no togetherness, no relatability. So we thought that we bring a topic like self-love.
Yeah, exactly. And to explore it, because there's a lot of things in our day and age that really do cloud our minds and distract us from really getting down and digging deep and exposing how we do self-love. So we created a space to just dispel that, move the clouds out the way, and let's get clear. And I really love that we were able to just get people vulnerable, because some people broke down and started crying, and because they never really were confronted with something so simple as self-love. Self-love can be talking to yourself in the mirror and saying, you look great. And it can be singing to yourself, laughing, talking, just really taking care of your being and your body as a whole. So it was needed, especially at a young age. College students don't really get to talking about what they do, and we created an intergenerational space that cultivated some really amazing conversations.
When you're going to do something like that again?
Yeah, it's a reoccurring thing. We're actually right now, we met up with the city of Newark. They wanted us to potentially be doing Cloudy Thoughts around the city of Newark. So coming to a corner near you. It's serious. So I'm ready for that, because they do something called Plug the Block, and they'll go to different blocks around the city, and they want us to do different Cloudy Thoughts.
And that's allowing us to fulfill our mission, you know, everything that's, you know, in our organization's bylaws is to be the bridge between the community and the college, university, because you can't go to Rutgers University and NJIT for 4 years and not know anything about Newark, because you don't want to leave that safe zone. And vice versa, there's children that live in the community of Newark right around the corner from the schools, but never been on campus, never seen what a college looked like, never seen someone, you know, fulfilling their dreams like they would like to. So we just want to put ourselves and our peers out into the community and, you know, show the children that there is more and, you know, make them aware of the space that they're living in and give back to the community that they're living in.
And we really are building that sense of community, because a lot of times what the initiative they want to do is help neighbors communicate with each other. And I mean, a Cloudy Thought setting allows you to really open up and relate to other people. So once you could relate to your neighbors, you'll have a more sense of community on the block. And it just really brings that positive environment to the community as a whole. So if college students are responsible for that, or to play a role in that, it's only going to further connect everyone and unite them. And that's what we need. We really want to just unite, uplift, and empower all people through Ubuntu, kindness and compassion. That's something that's present in everyone, and we want to help people recognize that. So why not start with the youth?
And when I went to the event, and also listening and hearing about the group, is very similar to the indigenous sciences, where community was doing these things all the time, every day, all during the week. And that's where our healing is.
Yeah.
We're so separated from each other. We do everything in these little silos.
Yeah.
But the strength is when we come together and we talk about our issues, because they lose their power. All the stuff that we go through, they lose their power when we're together and we talk about it and we realize that we have this like kind of oneness.
Honestly.
You know, and that's what you kind of bring. And I hate to say it, but it's almost, and I've said it before, it's almost like replacing that space where religion has not filled. You know, because what religion brings is those rituals, whereas your event or your group, you're throwing away those rituals. You follow what I'm saying? We don't have to come to a place and do this and this and this. All we have to do is come together and be together. Does that make sense?
And that's exactly what we try to do with all of our events. And it's great that, you know, we get feedback like that, because this is everything that we speak about that we want to produce. And these are just dreams of ours. So we produce it, and this is what we hope people are taking away from it. And I think we've been, you know, working our hardest to make sure we get that kind of message across.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're all here to shoot. Get the message. Now, you know I'm going to have to talk about the Generation Y. All good things. But now, why do you think your generation can change people? I mean, when you have the great generation, you have the baby boomers, and you have Generation X. I mean, what do y'all bring to the table? I can't see your eyes. No.
I think that, you know, with our generation, what's going on right now, and it's so great that you asked this.
Break it down.
So
Tell them.
Because there's an energy that's cultivating. And
that's what I want. She's going to get spiritual on us.
No, it's an energy that's cultivating.
No, you're right. I agree with you.
Him and I became friends once we became, you know, co-CEOs. We're a music duo now.
Beautiful.
And everything that we've been surrounding ourselves with are positivity and our young entrepreneurial peers, you know, young philanthropists, and we're just out here with similarities and, you know, leveling up. Like, we've always dreamed, but level up.
I like
and
that.
This is coming from a person who, like, I never believed one person could change the world. Like, what? You can't change the world? No, that's impossible. One person can't do it. So it's not like my whole life I've been I can dream. So exactly. It's new, you know. And when you see your dreams come true, you really believe that, like, there is nothing that can stop you. Like, you can create anything that you could possibly think of, and that's what's really great.
And we're living in a completely different world than all of the previous generations. One thing we have that's fortunate is access to information. We have social media. We have all of this great technology to capture a movement, and we can just start a spark. So being that we have that ability and all of these fresh ideas that the youth always have, we just need to utilize it. The blueprints are here. We just have to use them.
And speaking of blueprints, you know, throughout history, periods in history where there had to be major changes, there were huge faces of change, but the people who really push for change, you know, aren't really known about, and that is the college students, the young adults, everybody that did all of the footwork. Yeah. So it was a ton of young leaders, you know, pushing young adults, you know, pushing other leaders.
And to put it simply, the youth is the backbone of any generation.
Yeah, so the youth was support.
we need to support them at
and
the end of the day.
We have other organizations that are like us, you know, there's other nonprofits, and it's so many different kind of organizations that all have the same goal but different objectives. So everybody has a different mission, everybody has a different way of going about it, but essentially what everybody wants is peace. They wanna enhance, you know, resources for the youth. They wanna do better in communities. We want to teach people how to use resources, because every community has resources, you know?
And that's this thing about coming together. We all want to better the world. So why don't we come together and utilize those skills? TCK is doing youth empowerment. There's groups that we work with, like Norma Rounds, who are doing, you know, anti-violence. They want to just really bring peace. They can focus on that. We can focus on what we do, and it's ultimately bettering the community. So it's really just showing people that if we really want to bring change, use your skills and your motives for the greater good of the community, and eventually the whole thing will move. The energy will move, and we'll get to a place that we need to be.
Which is our motto.